All right, episode number 31 of the Beyond the Cubicle podcast.
31 weeks.
31, man, that is crazy if you think about it. That's a lot. Today, we're covering part two, wrapping up our two-part discussion on your mindset, maybe killing your career. But first, the intro. And we're back. We already know what this is. Social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at This Is BTC. YouTube. YouTube.com. Search Beyond the Cubicle. If you're on Apple Podcasts, be polite, be kind, and just leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. Rate us. It also helps people find us on the platform. All right back into our topic. Last week we covered 4 mindsets that might be killing our career, which were, I don't have the credentials. I'm not creative enough.
Right.
I tried before and I failed. And I don't like to be led. This week, we're going to jump right into it. Mindset number 5. I don't want to start something else I'll never finish. Now, when I read that, I immediately started to think about people who may be finding or looking for a different career or may want to change careers and have not found the thing that they feel like they can settle into. And so now they're in a spot where they might not be happy, right? Which means you're not performing up to your best, right? You know what I mean? And so because of that, you're miserable, you're not performing up to your best, but then you're afraid to step out and go try something else because that means starting over. And you might feel like, well, what if I get over there and I don't like it? And then, boom, I'm back to where I started.
Yeah. Well, if you get over there and you don't like it, just
do it again. It's kind of what we talked about before we ended the last episode, where we have this thing with this relationship with fear. And I get it too, because I can be like this at times.
We all do.
Yeah, where we're fearful of the outcome, and so we never even attempt it. You know what I mean? My wife is good at kind of pointing out things where, you know, hey, you know what? Let's just try it. What's the worst that can happen with X, right?
Absolutely.
And it's like you never know until you try. And so, so I think that applies heavily to this one. What do you think?
I think what happens is people want a guaranteed outcome.
Oh,
There is none.
yeah, that's a good point.
For my faith people, the just shall live by faith. We walk by faith, not by sight. So sometimes we have to step out.
Yeah.
Now, here's something that hit me one day. I was talking to Pops, and Pops is wise, and we were going back and forth on why people are successful. And he pointed out that the verse says that a man's steps are anointed, not his chair. In order for you to get somewhere, you got to take some steps.
Got to walk.
You got to go. You have to do something. God does not create inertia. So if you're not, he guides.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting on your rusty dusty, waiting for the wonderful career to come hit me. You know, there was an old comedian, he's passed, Robin Harris.
Yeah, I remember Robin Harris.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
He said,
Dolomite.
Guy's sitting at home, and he said, what you waiting on? Job. He said, fool, the job gonna come get you?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's a good point.
You're sitting there waiting on. So what happens is, a lot of times this is fear.
Right.
Sometimes it's fear of failure.
Yes.
And you do have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing, we talked about a couple of episodes ago, nothing happens inside of your comfort zone.
Oh, no.
So,
right.
So if you want success, I don't want to start something that I'll never finish. Well, good. Plan to finish it. And if you change your mind, cool.
That's a
change
good
your
one.
mind.
That's
Plan
a good
to finish it.
Yeah. Okay. So same thing. So I think before the last episode, I think we did mention this, like focusing on the negative side of things defeats us mentally.
Absolutely.
And for some reason, positivity makes people sick.
Well, because it's so fake in our world. Man, the commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, put on this, and I get mad every time they have a commercial for hair care products.
Right.
I'm pissed.
Right.
I'm like, first of all, it's never going to relate to me. And everybody's so happy. Then I look at the car commercial, and everybody's so happy. The food commercial, everybody's so happy. I'm on a treadmill for 9 hours trying to get rid of that burger.
Yeah.
And the little Slim Goody.
Yeah.
Like, I eat the... we have faked out being positive because we've connected to so much material crap.
Right.
Being positive is not that. And for people of faith, being positive is, guess what? You know where you're going.
Right.
You know where you're headed.
Right.
So staying positive on that level is, let's focus on those things.
Right.
Because, there's negativity in the world, it's whatever, but people act like being positive is a sin in a world that's so negative.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So if we flip this from saying, I don't want to start something else, I'll never finish, and we flip it to saying, you know what, I'm going to try something, and I plan to finish it.
Totally different.
Okay.
What you just said is a totally different way to articulate that.
Gotcha. All right, number 6, I don't deserve it. And this one is kind of sad to me. It's kind of sad.
Oh.
So if someone has that mindset, it's kind of sad. And one of the counter arguments that people may throw out to that is, well, if you say I do deserve it, are you being arrogant and cocky? I say no.
No.
Because I have confidence in my abilities. And if I've put in the work, this is the key. If I've put in the work, and I've done my pies, okay? Make sure we put that in there.
Yeah.
If I've done my pies and I put in the hard work, I've built the relationships, then I absolutely deserve it.
You do deserve it.
Yeah.
Man, this thing is rocking out on my faith side. It's killing me. I am. I feel the sermon coming on here.
Oh, boy.
I am a child of the King.
Yeah.
I'm a prince. You may look at the color of my skin, the absence of my hair,
absolutely,
the growth in my belt, and you may deem me not up to your standards.
Right.
But thank God I do not need your standards. I'm a prince. I'm important. He loves me. He said I can have what he says. Man, I could preach a whole sermon on this one. Because when you start to get down into belief systems that say I can't, that means I'm not even believing. My faith isn't connected. Because he says you can.
Yeah.
I can help you. And dude, if you look back, at your age now, you're not nearly as old as me, but we have had conversations where you say, I can look back and see the divine hand on me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, most folks that do that, there's something to encourage you back there. The dark side wants me to stay negative.
Right.
Dude, I look back and go, there's no way I could even be here.
Right.
So the reality is, instead of saying, I don't deserve it, I'm going to flip that.
Yeah.
You do deserve it. You were created to deserve it.
Yes.
In spite of life being, foul to you, it's messed up your mind to the point. But in spite of life, what you've gone through, you were created and you do deserve the good things in life.
And you have to work for them.
Absolutely.
So you don't just, yes, you were created.
Yeah.
And because you were created, you do deserve to live a life of fulfillment and happiness and joy and that type of thing.
But you got to use your gifts and go get them.
I don't think anybody was created to be miserable.
No.
Now, situations, circumstances around us that are out of our control, because none of us were requested to be born.
No,
let me say it a different way.
No.
None of us requested to be born.
No.
Right?
No.
We had no say in that.
No.
And so because of whatever extenuating circumstance you were born into, you may have a different path to get to where you need to be.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? But I feel like everyone deserves an opportunity to experience a life of happiness, fulfillment, and joy.
And we can.
Yeah, and we can.
Man, you scared me when you said request.
Yes.
If there was a request, can I have some parents with a couple of yachts?
Yeah.
And a few billion?
All right.
And I promise I won't do a comb over. But anyway, we're back to...
But yeah, so Mr. Johnson, who our article was sourced from, says you aren't just magically provided for.
No.
You earn what you receive.
Absolutely.
With your intelligence, your creativity, and your hard work.
Absolutely. The Bible has a story of the 10 talents. And each person was giving a gift. And I will tell you, I've met very few people with no gifts. They may not recognize them, and they may not know that they need to use them.
Yes.
But exactly what he said, you're given gifts, and those gifts, if you use them, and especially toward the purpose they were designed for, you're going to see reward and benefit.
Right.
But not sitting in your chair doing nothing.
No, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. This is one that I have frequent conversations at work about. Number 7, I don't know what my passion truly is. So, especially in our environment today where we've had access to so much information, and just as a society, we've moved from work just being work and just our lives being centered around work to having the ability to just have a life where I'm fulfilled in everything that I do, right? We've shifted. And so because of that, a lot of talk is about passions and working in your passion and things like that. My view on this one is, when it comes to the career that you're currently in, that doesn't necessarily have to be your passion. But I do understand people who want more fulfillment out of life and feel like because I give so much of my hours out of a day to this thing, I wish it would be my passion so I can find more fulfillment in it. Okay. Now, here, let me give you an example. Tell me what you think about this. I can do a job that is not my passion. Yes. Now, because I know I need to be a responsible citizen, I need to eat, pay bills, do what I've got to do to be an adult, I'm going to do what it takes to do that. However, when I'm functioning in my gift, I am much more thrilled and happy in what I do. What is it? Somebody said, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah. You'll still go to work. Now, you are an accounting whiz. You can do forensic accounting. I mean, that's your field. Dude, spreadsheets don't like me. I was attacked by the Excel monster one day, and I moved some columns around, and I remember I shut the whole thing down, so when it said, do you want to save it? I said, oh, heck no, I don't want to save it. Don't save. So what happens is I can't do what you can do. Right. That is perfectly okay. My gifts, what I do is what I do, and I'm okay there. Now, I was blessed to have the ability to be facilitating and teaching and coaching and speaking and all that. Yeah. That's what I enjoy doing. That's my gift. Well, if I function in that gift, no matter how much I got to travel and not get enough sleep the night before and get off a plane and whatever, when the lights come on and I'm on stage, it's like, man, this is good. Thank you, God. I'm let you in on a little secret. Yeah. Spreadsheets ain't my passion either. I was attacked by a spreadsheet where they had to call EMS on me, dog. I was like, what? I'm good at it, but it's not my passion. My passion is more in the media and the arts and things like that, just because I mean, y'all know I'm a thinker, man. So I like things that get me thinking about existentialism and just the world and how we and human behavior. See, I'm still trying to figure that part out because you're an analytical. Yep. You write plays. Yep. You helped when we wrote the TV show for 3ABN, Dare to Dream Network. I mean, I watch your plays. I watch the movies that you make. How do you put that together with being an accounting whiz? What the heck is that? I don't know. It's funny because I remember in high school, like a couple of my English teachers and my creative writing teachers were like, you should do this. And back then it was like, man, writers don't make no money. So I gotta get paid. Look, in my improper English. Writers don't make no money. But I was like, people who program computers and people who know how to manage money do. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. You took care of the check. Right? Yeah. But it clicked for me like in my 30s that was my passion. And while I do accounting as my day job, I enjoy it. I'm good at it. But my passion kind of steers there. So for people trying to figure out what their passion is, because I do have this conversation a bit sometimes, but it's one of those things where it's not anything that's gonna fall out of the sky either. You just have to try a bunch of different stuff. Absolutely. One of the suggestions that the article talks about is that the author suggested is go to the bookstore So just browse around. Whatever section you find yourself gravitating towards, you might have a clue. That might be a clue to give you an idea.
Gotcha.
You just never know.
It's true.
You just never know. All right, last one. Man, and this one probably deserves a whole episode, but we got to cover it quick.
It is.
I pray, I meditate, and I consider myself spiritual, but it's not working.
Okay. This is, dude, we have all been here.
Yep.
Spirituality it's not a microwave.
No.
It takes time. I need to develop a relationship with my higher power. And there are times that God actually says no. And there are times he says wait.
Right.
For instance, I wanted to go to a particular company. And man, I networked. To the self-service. I called people, I connected and did all this wonderful. Dude, I was on it. Nobody called me.
Right.
Ended up going to another company. However, the company I went to ended up merging and eating the company I thought I was going to.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know if you're not mergers and acquisitions.
I do.
But the eating company eats up the people of the company they're eating.
Yep.
And had I been over there in that position, I wouldn't have had this position because the company that is acquiring generally keeps its people.
It does.
Now, that's God. I have no idea how.
No control.
There was a company that they closed down and I left. I'm like, man, I did okay financially leaving. And then they ended up going to penny stocks. They got devalued down to nothing.
Right.
Well, when I left, I had a little bit.
Yeah.
However, at penny stocks, you have nothing.
You have nothing.
So the issue is, do I trust God to take care of me? Right. Even if I can't see it.
Here's my 2 cents on it, right? So if we're looking at our spirituality as a thing that has to work for us, right, then we have the wrong view.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if it has to be working for us to get us what we want and where we want to go, then we have the wrong view.
Yes.
To me, and I know there are people who in various states of their spiritual walk, whether you're a believer in higher powers or not, whether you're a believer in God, the Christian God or not, doesn't matter. Like your spirituality, your connection to a power source is there for it's there to help you get through what's happening here in this daily life, this walk, right? If you're a believer in the Christian God, of course you believe that there's a heaven at the end of this, and you're working to continue to develop a relationship with that higher power, right? To get you there. That's your end goal.
It's a belief system.
Right. If you're not there, your belief system may be a little different. You may believe that there's nothing at the end of this and you just want to live a fulfilled life while you're here to the best that you can. And that's what that's what your spirituality is supposed to be working for. Right. Not necessarily that it's supposed to get you something and just get you everything that you want, because that's just not how life works.
I was sure I learned early on God is not Santa.
Hey, man.
But he is definitely a help when I'm in trouble. Right. So I'm just telling you, that's real for me.
All right.
That's real.
So that was our 2 parts on the different mindsets. It was 8 mindsets that could be derailing your career. We really hope that you got something out of that. Leave us a note and tell us what you thought about these 2 episodes. podbtc@gmail.com. For Eric Kelly.
And Bryant Montgomery.
We're out. We'll see you next week.
Peace.